Hello guys, good to see you back. Once again, I'm back with another tutorial related JavaScript from events. In our previous tutorial, we cover focus, blur and input event. And in this tutorial, we are going to cover change, select, submit and invalid event. So let's start the practical with change event. So as you can see, side by side, I open my Visual Studio Code editor and my browser using Live Server extension. And I open my previous HTML document name index.html. So as you can see, we have total two input fields, name and class. With that, we have an option box, name country, and here it provides some country name. And we are going to start our practical with onChange event. Let me show you how. Basically, you can use onChange event in input tags, also select box. Also, you can use it in a text area. So at first, I'm going to use the onChange event in our select box. So after onBlur function, I'm going to call this event onChange. OnChange, and our function name is change function. Change function. Now, also we need to define this function in our script tag. So I'm going to copy the function name and I'm going to duplicate one of this function section and replace this function with change function. That's it. And also I'm going to change the background color, which is blue. And I'm going to save this file. Now you might have questioned what onChange function basically going to do. This method works when we lose focus from the input field. First, we need to build the focus in the input field. Then, whenever we remove our cursor, otherwise remove our focus, then onChange function called. Let me show you how. Now, as you can see, in our select box, we use onChange function. Also, I'm going to assign an ID to our select box. And our ID name is select. Then inside the script tag, we need to target this select box using its ID. So here, I'm going to remove element and replace with document dot get element by ID. Inside the round braces, we need to provide the ID name, which is select. That's it. After set this file, I'm going to click on this select box. Now you can see, for now it call our focus function. But if I select any country, suppose I'm going to select USA. After click on USA, as you can see, the background color is changed. Now it's turned into blue color. Because this time it's going to call change function. And it is possible by only for this event, onChange. So this is the usage of onChange. When I lose the focus, otherwise remove the focus, then it's trigger onChange event. So this is the usage of onChange. And remember, this onChange method work on any input field. We can use it with input box, text area, etc. Now, let's talk about our another event, which is select. This onSelect event works after select the input field value. Suppose, in our name field, I'm going to type in name add 1. Basically, it's going to trigger when I select this value. So let's call this event in our name input box. So after on input, I'm going to type on select. Then, I'm going to type a function name, which is select function. And now, we need to define this function inside this script tag. So inside the script tag, I'm going to duplicate this section. Then I'm going to replace the function name change function to select function. With that, we need to target the input element using its ID. And as you can see, the ID name is fname. Fname stands for first name. So here, I'm going to replace select with fname. And then, I'm going to change the background color. And I'm going to set background color pink. After set this file, now I'm going to fill a name in our name field, which is Rahul. But if I select the student name using my cursor, now you can see our input field background color change into pink color because this time it's triggered onSelect function. So this is how we can use onSelect function. Now let's talk about next from event, which is submit. Basically, we use this event in our from tag. We can trigger this event after fill up the from and press submit button. So let's back to the Visual Studio Code and see how it's work. So as you can see in my browser, we have a basic from, but we don't have any submit button. So let's create a submit button. Then inside the from tag and below the select tag, I'm going to take a input tag, input. input, type, submit. And I'm going to save this file. After save this file, you can see now we have a submit button. And now I want to trigger on submit event after click on submit button. And as I told you, we need to call this event inside the from tag. As you can see, this is the from tag starting position. Then inside the from tag, I'm going to call this event on submit. And inside the double quotes, I'm going to pass the submit tag name. And inside the double quotes, we need to pass the function name. And our function name is submit function. And now we need to define this function inside the script tag. So I'm going to copy the function name. At first, I'm going to duplicate this section. Then I'm going to replace the function name. Select function with submit from function. Next I'm going to remove all of the unnecessary stuffs. And here I'm going to type console dot log inside the round braces, inside the double quote, you submitted a from, and semicolon 2 in this line. And I'm going to save this file. After save this file, I'm going to open console panel in our browser. Inspect console. And if I press the submit button, you can see it's not worked pretty well, because in our from, in our action tag, we need to pass a PHP path, otherwise .NET path. But I don't have it. So I'm going to print the message in my alert box. So I'm going to replace console.log with alert box. Alert. And I'm going to save this file. After save this file, if I click on submit button, now you can see in my alert box it returned, you submitted a from. So this is how on submit method works. Now you might have questioned, what is the usage of it? We can extract value from these input fields. Suppose I want to extract name from these input fields when I submit the from. For that, first I'm going to comment out this line. First I'm going to create a variable var, and our variable name is x. X equal to document dot get element by id. Inside the round braces, inside the double quotes, we need to pass the id name, which is app name. Then I want to extract the value from this input field. So I'm going to type dot value, semicolon to end this line. And now I'm going to print the name in our alert box. So I'm going to type alert inside the round braces, inside the double quotes. First I'm going to type hello. Hello. Then we need to use concatenation sign. And I want to concatenate with our x variable. That's it. And semicolon to end this line. If I save this file, here I'm going to pass a name, add one. Then I'm going to press the submit button. After press the submit button, as you can see, in my alert box, it print hello add one. So this is how we can extract data using on submit method. We can store the value and use this value anywhere. Just you need to remember, we need to use on submit event with from tag. We cannot use this event inside any other input tag, otherwise any select tag. And we can trigger this event only using submit button. After press this submit button, it's going to trigger the event. Now let's talk about our last event, which is invalid. We use this event when user input wrong value. Suppose in our from we have an input field which is going to take 4 numbers, but without 4 numbers, someone type any capital letters, otherwise any characters. In that case, the invalid function triggered and return an error message. Now let's see how we can use it practically. So as you can see, we have total 2 input field and 1 select field. If we don't fill this from and hit submit button, now you can see it's work. It do not show any error message. But I want this named input field always being filled. For that, we need to use an attribute, a HTML attribute which is called required. So here, inside this input tag, I'm going to type required. Then I'm going to set this part. Now it's necessary to fill up this name field. Now let me show you how it's worked. So to set this file, if I click on submit button, as you can see, now it shows a message. Please fill in this field. This is the inbuilt feature of HTML5. Now the problem is I don't want to show this message. I want to show a customized message. And to show this custom message, we can use onInvalid. And to show the custom message, we can use the custom message, we can use onInvalid event. Just we need to type the event name onInvalid. Then inside the double quotes, here we directly type any JavaScript code. So I want to print a alert box. Alert inside the round braces, inside this single quotes, because we already use double quotes here. That's why we need to use single quotes. I want to type a custom message. And the message is, please fill the name field. Please fill the name. And I'm going to set this file. And now I'm going to submit this prompt without filling the name field. First, I'm going to type some dummy text in our class section. Then I'm going to select a country, Nepal, and I'm going to press submit button. But if you notice, you can see our name field is blank. So after press submit button, now you can see in my alert box, it print, please fill the name. Basically, we use it with email and phone numbers. Let me show you how. So at first, I'm going to change the label name to email. And also I'm going to change the input type, which is email. Then I'm going to remove this required field. And also I'm going to change the alert message. Enter correct email. So I'm going to replace with enter correct email. And I'm going to set this file. So if I type any wrong email address and try to submit this form, now you can see it return this message. Enter correct email. And also it return a default message from our HTML. Please include an @ in this email address. So these are all very important from events that we learn in this tutorial. So this is it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next tutorial.